Welcome back, and hopefully things are getting better, whether in your own lives or whatever ailments our apothecary is going to have to work through. All I know is that it is getting exceedingly warm, by British standards. So I want to wrap this up fairly quickly, but enjoy myself while I'm here. And if I remember correctly, some sort of garden party going on. And as we know, Mau Mau washes up quite nicely. The fact that she forces herself to be less attractive. I mean, she has her reasons, and considering where she grew up and what she's known, or what she's seen happen, fairly decent reasons. But grab a drink so we can begin and see if anyone else gets ill. And as per usual, starting off the show with the opening, straight into the song so we don't break things up. But I do wonder where this will end, considering what we've seen so far, the growth and prospects of our main character, coming from just a somewhat backwater apothecary upbringing kind of thing, and now getting stations within the Emperor's palace and getting responsibilities, and now invited to grand events and whatnot. If it comes to what I have like 4 different thoughts and mixing all the sentences together. I'm trying to think what will come up. Big garden party kind of thing, and the Emperor's there. There's going to be some sort of plots and whatnot going on. If it gets into that whole political intrigue, I might lose my sense of what's going on. Picky with her food. It's not going to... Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious. I mean, you've got a few little bounding sheets up, but yeah. Suddenly the wind died down for the performance. Oh, he looks happy. Really enjoying it. As we just flicker through some of the main and prominent features and people. I mean... Huh. Do we want to know? Considering the regions, civilizations, and cultures throughout history, we know how things go. Basic. Ah, okay. So petal rivalries between the help. Who's really in danger here? The ladies in waiting or their masters? Because this seems like an all-out brawl soon. That ugly girl. Well, I can't seem to see her anywhere. Did they not bring her along? Must have been that ugly. Fun. Fun, she calls it. Is that a threat or an offer? Yeah, she definitely seems a little uncouth, if that's how... Yeah, I mean, she doesn't sit... She hasn't seen her without the freckles and whatnot, so she's felt her blood run cold. Her future generations shivered at that sight. Ah, that's right. Let's warm ourselves up and... What are the noises? Yes, the bullying she suffered. To be fair, the first while that she was there, they were not very accommodating to her. Benevolent? Just leave them to it. Yeah, there's no point correcting them. What, now we're getting into colours? There was no voice, but her mouth was moving. Uh-huh. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, complicated might be a good word for the interconnectedness of all of this. Oh. And then she got passed on. That was the inheritance. Yeah, so let's do them... Let's not do the maths on that. Right, yeah, so... That's actually kind of funny. In her mind, yeah, that's how it works. This is how the tree looks. Actually, no. Little bit more information and oh god. Acting her age. Uh-huh. Is very true, but is there more reasoning and whatnot behind the colours themselves other than just trying to one-up the other concubines? Maybe if they were nice to her, they wouldn't be freezing. Actually trying to mend bridges and whatnot. Because she has no... She has no stake in this. She doesn't care about all of the drama. So many hairpins being given around. I mean, she got one recently. She's not interested in knowing. Where's the scientific curiosity? Oh, I guess this is sociology. Barely a science. Why does he look like a actual named character? And okay, he's got a few. Does he need to shit? Or is he just, yeah, he's pretending to be 6'1"? That's participate. And the fact that she has garnered the respect of concubines and whatnot like this, you know, she did save her life after all, but and gave her a reason to continue living. So, no words of thanks or anything to her as well? Ah, well. Is she going to have enough hair to put it all in? Oh, okay. That works, I guess. I mean, yeah, we only really see him alongside you know who. Oh, is this glittering eunuch is one word for him, but is she still expected to do the testing for everything? You'd think there'd be better security and whatnot for the cooks and whatnot, considering this event, but with so many of the concubines around. She's so immersed in that, she's, well, yeah, and they haven't built up the tolerance that she has. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can build. Well, you might be able to, but I don't think you can build up a tolerance to fugu. Ready for the next course? Fair enough. So, never had jellyfish. I think I've seen it, but well, that's easy. She's not a picky eater or anything. I mean, considering what, yeah, this. She didn't have any of that in her dish. Yeah, really has a distaste for fish. I'm not one for oily fish, but I still eat it. But yeah, to not lose face. I'm guessing she's not well liked, but also terrified. Terrified. Just, yeah, confirm that for me, please. And any elation on her face now? Yeah. Let me guess, this is her ideal dish, the one that would kill you upon eating it. Please don't slowly moisten your lips. I mean, it's food fit for an emperor, I guess, so. Yeah. The fact that you got a test to just get up and be like, yeah, this is poison, by the way. And he's only just only just joined the fun. Even if she does have a bit of a tolerance, she's so happy. Usually doesn't like seeing him. Must have been a good day, yeah. Alright. And maybe it's a slow acting poison, you don't know, but but the fact that he is so fervent in... Absolutely not. So fervent in, like, you're going to the infirmary now. I mean, they can't question you now. She already had... I mean, yeah, but everything's a poison in enough dosage, as I said before. But if he immediately throws it all up, then there's no lingering effects. No, he got a hairpin as well. I'd be surprised if he didn't have 40,000 of them. But... there's some extra activities going on. Is this what, a body double? Not the real him. Without all the glitz and glamour, she likes the more natural look. Despite her covering herself up with that clay. I've never seen anyone look so happy after just emptying their stomach. I mean, there's a few people that stood out. There was the one that didn't want to eat her own food for particular reasons, and that would put anyone, make anyone lower their guard. What would a mere lady-in-waiting want to talk to her about? Also, what would... are there any issues with a lady-waiting grabbing another concubine like that? I mean, she did see it out of the corner of her eye. We're talking about just allergies now, are we? So you've got a buckwheat allergy? Surprising. Can you build up an allergy, a tolerance, and a resistance to allergens? I mean, I'm annoying enough that if it's a food that I like, I would do it. Luckily, I'm not allergic to anything, so I haven't had to test that, but... maybe you don't say that while there's extra company present, but... yes. Uh-huh. Wait, so they're after her? Now, that was a look we've seen recently, hasn't it? Difficulty breathing, yeah, throat closures. It's an act of... an assassination attempt. Is she now, one's worried for her life, the other's also worried for her life, just maybe for a different reason. Huh. Make sure it doesn't happen again. Put the fear of... well, I was going to say fear of God, but the fear of Mau Mau into her. And, of course, the punishment from the Emperor if word got out. Don't go messing with people. I love all this lighting when she gets serious. And how quickly she breaks people. It's like... good success, I think. So, yeah, using her position as an excuse to just swat his hand away. She's not one to just throw her under the bus here, so... What do you mean? Food taster, of course she would need to be aware of what her master can and cannot eat. Whose fault does it... Where does the buck stop? I mean, it's interesting that only one lot of dishes were poisoned there. Should be relatively easy to trace back to who's been handling it. But if the dishes did get swapped, that taster must have probably blessed their stars after not having to take the poisoned dish. Oh yeah. How deep does the rot go? Who's been in contact with them? Who's been handling the messages? You know, everyone wants power and a place of fame and privilege and whatnot. Maybe if it comes with constant assassination attempts and what, it's not worth it. I, on the other hand, will be very happy just having a mundane existence. Obviously, money and whatnot is good, but the fact that everyone has to look over their shoulders, not just for threats on their life, but the political stuff. They've got to watch what they say constantly, lest they step themselves or their masters into something. Or get the attention of those that they don't want. Also, was that one not wanting to watch the food tasters because he knew one of them was poisoned? There is much more going on behind the scenes than we realise. The fact that we have one very enthusiastic poison taster who wants to come across something that is a little more exotic than their usual meals. But also, why are they aiming for this young mother-in-law? We're not privy to a lot of the comings and goings of the palace and where everyone kind of ranks in the hierarchy of things, but maybe that's a blessing. In fact, that Mama also isn't really concerned about all of the back end of bullshittery. It is just, this is a poison, this is fun, I want to keep that. And finding out who's the root cause might get her to a better source of ingredients. Of course, as far as Mau Mau is concerned, everything is up for grabs, as long as she doesn't get captured or turned over to the Emperor or fall into things. Considering she quite openly stated, this is poison, I'll let you deal with it. Just left. Sure, we had that minister who thought he knew better. Well, that lady in waiting, that food taster, had a mouthful. Can't be that bad. Yeah, he didn't do too well, did he? But it definitely solidified the point that Mau Mau knows what she's talking about, and that she's not going to be a crying wolf. Are we expecting any sort of punishments to be handed out soon? Are culprits going to be captured? But yeah, and of course the extracurricular activities that our eunuch was potentially, accusing him of anything, potentially engaged in. At least that's what was running through Mau Mau's mind. To be fair, how many of the ladies in waiting around here would have jumped to that kind of conclusion as well? Or would they just be heartbroken about their love of choice? Not choosing them. It's so dumb, isn't it? But in a matter that, or in the moment that mattered, he went firm on it. So yeah, you tasted poison, you're going to the infirmary. Not taking a no for an answer there. Her well-being actually mattered quite a lot. Even past all the bluster and bravado and bullshit that they sometimes do, some honesty on the table. Yes, she's very important to his plans, and she is good at her job. Why let that go to waste? And I wasn't really paying attention to the other people sitting around the edges. Maybe I should have been if there was poisoning on the table. The only one that really stood out, obviously, was the one who gave her the hairpin, because who wants to watch people eat when they're eating poison? Is that innocence or laying it on a bit thick? Maybe next episode will tell, considering he had quite a defined design and whatnot. I hope he's not a throwaway character for that kind of thing. We'll have to see though. Is there going to be more trouble behind closed doors? Is Mau Mau going to be fighting for affections now that she's got several hairpins? To find out, we're going to have to watch a bit more. This episode was fun. We're slowly rooting out the subterfuge, the darkness in the shadows, the issues of the wood and the rash actually coming together for a bigger plot and not immediately solved, unlike past episodes. A bit of investigation, maybe on the cards. So, join me for the next one. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel to not miss out future uploads. Join to my Discord for notifications when new shows go up. And most importantly, smell your food before you eat it. If it's a bit bitter and it shouldn't be, put it down. Or not, who am I to judge? But get some rest, and I'll see you in the next one.